that only 25% of women breastfeed their babies beyond the 1 year mark, and that most breastfed babies thrive more so than babies that are not breastfed. I'm going to share a few myths that has to do with breastfeeding, and hopefully this would encourage you to breastfeed your baby. Number one, and most important myth associated with breastfeeding is this idea that breastfeeding and formula is the same thing. Listen, guys, breast milk and formula are not the same. Your breast milk is customized to your child. When your baby is sick, you produce different hormones, antibodies, antioxidants, whatever is necessary to help your baby to get better. If you are giving your baby formula, it's a standard. Your child and my child are not the exact same human. It's like assuming that what your child needs to thrive and what my child needs to thrive is the same. It's not, because my environment, what I eat, what I do, how healthy I am throughout the pregnancy, all affect what my baby is deficient in or what my baby has excess of. So my breast milk is supposed to compensate for those things that my own baby is lacking. When you formula feed, you are giving your baby what is designed for a calf. Like, is your baby a cow? Is your baby a goat? Your baby is not the same size as those animals. You don't need to give them give your baby their food. We humans are the only beings that feed our children another being's food. Like, a cow is not going to go look for a goat to feed their child. Why do we go look for somebody else to feed our child? It doesn't make any sense. So that's myth number one. Formula is not the same. And no, I'm not here to shame anybody. I'm not here to shame any mother. I'm not here to tell you that you should or should not breastfeed. I'm telling you, it's a sacrifice worth making, that you should consider breastfeeding your baby, that you should make that sacrifice for the long-term benefit to your child. A lot of the effects we're seeing today with kids being so sick, this is the first generation where kids are sicker than their parents. It's unprecedented. It's never happened before. And this is the first generation where women find being mothers to be a chore. Like, they have kids for the sake of having kids, but not necessarily because they're willing to make the sacrifices necessary to raise those children, be it with breastfeeding or educating or being present. We're so busy competing with men in the field trying to make money that our kids are being raised like wild animals. I'm so sorry. This is about breastfeeding, so I digress. Anyways, number one, formula and breast is not the same. Number two, when you breastfeed your child, if your breasts are not big enough, you're not going to produce enough milk. That's false. You do not produce milk based on the size of your breast. You produce milk based on the number of hours you latch. The more you latch, the more milk you produce. Keep your baby latched on. You will produce more milk. 3, if you pump or supplement, you are negatively impacting how your body is going to produce that milk. So as much as possible, try to keep your baby latched. Even if you're pumping, don't pump too much, because it's going to affect how your body understands how much milk your child needs. And then your body starts to just produce milk, and it's not producing the milk according to the needs of the child. So try as much as possible to latch on your baby. It helps. Another benefit is the fact that there is 33% less risk of SIDS when you breastfeed, sudden infant death. If you don't breastfeed your child, formula is shown to have increased risk, because you put this baby on this crib, and then your baby tends to choke. There's less choking, there's less spitting with breastfeeding, and there's less infections. So I have never had to treat an ear infection with any of my children. My kids pretty much are attached to me when I'm growing, when they're growing at that infancy stage.